How do you give a declaration and ask that fuel prices come down, seeing as the market has been deregulated? How do you go about reversing the policies, right? How do you go about reversing it? So the president even says there's no reversal that's happening. We're going to see this through. We're going to focus on agriculture. We're going to improve our exportation, amongst other things. And so we want to get your comments on what the president has said, that those of you calling for a reversal, I don't think you should expect it. We are going to see this through, and we would like you to get your comment on that. Very simple, very straight to the point. Let's get your reaction to this statement by the president. Also, let's talk about the PDP, the Makinde Wike, and their dirty fight, as the Guardian Vanguard newspaper, I beg your pardon, is reporting it. As you know, in a veiled response to the raid of Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, on Monday, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State declared that expelled elements he described as vagabonds no longer control over the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Both Wike and Makinde were members of the G5 governors in the lead up to the 2023 general election, but later fell apart shortly after the election. Now, speaking at the commissioning of the Oyo PDP Secretariat of Okeado Ibadan, Makinde said the vagabonds in the PDP were expelled in November 2025 and attributed the party's challenges to a leadership vacuum that emerged after 2015, which he said allowed indiscipline to thrive. In Yoruba land, we always say that if you see a house or a compound that is peaceful, the vagabond in that house has not grown up. The vagabonds in the PDP, they grew up in 2015, they've had their time, and 10 years, a decade, they practiced their vagabondsy in the PDP, but they were expelled in November, so no more vagabonds in the PDP. I would like to once again reiterate that these are comments credited to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. These are not opinions of Sage Babalola or Mainland 98.3 FM. So I'd like for you to pay attention. I'm quoting statements attributed to Seyi Makinde. So let's talk about this crisis committees, and the governors are saying you don't have the authority to do so. What do you mean by that? You want to postpone the convention from March 28 to 29 and 30. On what authority, what power do you have? You have been expelled, although by a faction. So what right do you have to try to abolish committees, move dates for convention, amongst other things? And he says, well, in 2015 was when the vagabond of the party, really showed out, and now we've seen them in their element, and we should not allow them to continue their activities. These are the two stories on the table. Let's get your comments on the crisis in the PDP, as well as 3600410, and WhatsApp is 0913600430. Hello, please turn on the volume on your radio. Morning to you.
And Seyi Makinde calling themselves vagabond and repentant vagabond. I think they are just beating each other politically, just as a soft, especially in EPL, how people beat each other, Chelsea and Arsenal and Co. So, but I believe and I hope they will not want to go to, abusing themselves and letting themselves to go to court to claim damages. Then, concerning what the programs have said, yes, I think, hello?
I'm with you. Please round off your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we are not going back to Egypt. We are all going to Canaan land. Forward ever, backward never. I think the president is right. Even the IMF has congratulated him, and of course, IMF, World Bank, and WTO through Fᴜᴜ that is doing well in economic development. That is the macro level. But what we should concentrate on is the monetary policy, the person of the naira. You understand?
Thank
the
you.
person of the naira, and then the tax reform act. Possible. You understand? Those who are thinking that it will be possible, or they use it for a national campaign come 2027, they are joking. We cannot go back to that. But
All right, thank
the
you.
micro level should be looked into.
Thank you very much for calling. Please, when we prompt you, thank you, round off your thoughts. That's not the time to take on a new subject matter. Please round off your thoughts. All right, a lot of people want to call at this time. Thank you for your understanding. 0913 6000 410, 0913 6000 410. We have our WhatsApp line 0913 60. It's open, so everyone can call on Wednesday if you'd like to say something. We're also taking your submission via our Facebook streaming platform, so please head on straight to Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, and you can drop your comments in the live chat option. We have a WhatsApp call here. Let's see. Hello.
Sage, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Robert. Let me quote from George O. Sylvester what he said in one of his books. He said, when a nation's growth rises on paper, but its people seek in hunger, that is not progress. It is all the reform of this Tinubu government. It's not reflecting in myself. I don't know of any other person. This administration, their reform, it's like I'm just reading it on newspaper, but in reality, they are going to take me to that Eldorado, the paradise they promise. That is the basic fact. Thank you very much. God bless you.
You too. Hello. 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 Please call back if you're able to. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Are they building hospitals? Are they building schools? I mean, what is this the reform? You remove subsidy. That is not reform now. You are punishing the people. When you say reform, when you remove subsidy, we should have been talking about pay reform. You remove subsidy, what you enjoy, and you are following the reform. For me, as far as I'm concerned, there is no reform there. Is it going to any hospital in Nigeria? So which reform is he talking about? So I don't understand it. Thank you.
All right. Hello. Hello. Oh, I wonder what's going on. I think you have a bad connection. What do you think a reversal will look like? I'd like to get your perspective on that as well. Obviously the president says no reversal, but since we have an opportunity to discuss, we might as well do so. What would a reversal be like? You mean subsidies should be replaced, or we should what's the word now? Not float the naira anymore, or not harmonize the foreign exchange market? What would a reversal look like? And it's a lengthy process. These are reversals that cannot be done by declaration. It's a very long process. The market has shifted. How exactly would that work? Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
We can hear you. Oh. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Emmanuel calling from Adegule.
Yes.
I just want to contribute on this reform. We Nigerians need to rise and wise up. These are preparation for election. It's money for reform and it's just gathering money for election. Sorry, I want to reframe you yesterday about what you said about the giving governors money. These are preparing them to work for APC. We have to be wising up. Okay, look at Wike, as you said this morning. Wike is being just positioned to destroy people. Wike is working for APC in disguise. That is my contribution this morning. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't think there's any disguise going on there. He's been very vocal about his support for the re-election of opinions of yours, right? But thank you for your contribution. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, this is a disaster motion.
Yes.
When they say they are doing reform, we the people are not even ready for development. You can imagine, I heard on radio this morning that they use 3.6 trillion naira for electricity subsidy. This kind of electricity we are having now, 3.6 trillion for electricity subsidy.
Subsidy is 1.2 trillion.
What is it?
1.2 trillion.
Okay, let's even say it's 100 billion. Please, where is the electricity? It is 1.6 trillion. Where is the electricity? And you imagine a whole state, they are budgeting 68 million naira for primary HQ. Wait, the people 58 million naira. 58 million.
63.
And these people budget refreshment for 100 and something million naira. And the people just kept quiet. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so very much for calling. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Give me on the line.
What?
Give me on the line.
All right. Please go ahead.
The reforms. How has the reforms benefited the people? People are suffering. You're giving people 17,000 minimum wage. Go to the hospitals. Everywhere is dilapidated. The schools, nothing is functioning. And you talk about IMF reforms. This is people that destroyed Nigeria when Babangida was in power. He brought a SAP, Structural Adjustment Program, and they're clapping for him. It's funny. It's very funny. For Sheyi Makinde and Wike, these are the G5 governors. They can keep on doing what they're doing. These are people that even destroyed Nigeria as well. That's all I have to say for this morning.
All right, messages on WhatsApp. We do have why are human beings so unconscionable? While in opposition, Tinubu never encouraged Nigerians to be patient. He was hurling all kinds of unprintable names. What has changed? Has lie become a way of life and a legacy we can bequeath to the younger ones? Why are we all in this mess? Are we going to continue like this? We were informed some time ago that Nigeria will go into multi-dimensional poverty this year, and those in the corridors of power are busy
My name is M쏘ɪᴜ calling you from Oshodi City in the center of Universe. You see, when you talk of reform in every organization, in your home, you want to reform, it may bring pain from beginning. Just like the removal of subsidy and a float of Naira, all these things bring pain to Nigeria. If you can manage it very well, the money derived from a subsidy removal, floating of Naira, it will cut corruption for floating the Naira. At the time you buy 400 Naira, the money I bought it 400 Naira, the same day you go and sell it at 700 Naira. It takes a lot of money buying the sugar. But I think now, it's very hard, you know. It's very pain. We have to very good ways. We experience the mother. All the things we work. We're talking of foreign reserve now. I see something from that foreign reserve. They were talking of $45 billion, not Naira. That's a huge amount. Our president and the government can bring just 6, 10 or 8,000 homes to give us total electricity. It's part of it. Because we are missing. And you can take it home to develop their economy, to give us good education, to give us electricity. It's about just one thing that I'm reminding him now. You see, they were treated, they are still having it. You see, people like as the so-called. So if we can stabilize here by electricity, let it work as it's a better thing for Nigeria. I support the government to work, but corruption is our problem. It's huge. We can cut corruption. That former attorney general are taking billions.
Thank you.
And nothing happens. We must do it.
Thank you for calling. 09136 0000410 09136 0000410. Hello.
Good
morning to you.
Ajibala calling from Nikolai.
Welcome.
See, what are the reforms that we are saying? There is no reform. They are just giving it names, and we are buying the names from them. Okay, where is the reform itself? Have you seen any reform? When you are talking of reform, you have to put down a structure, then rewrite another structure. What you are only doing is turning over some money, carrying some money from one account to another account. Taking some money from some set of people and giving another set of people to embezzle the same money again. And because that one reform, that is why you are not seeing any effect of the reform. See, this thing that we are not going back at the tunnel is just a simple Yoruba that I will say it. He said, "Adachibasorin, Olingbopeolode." We are going to get lost because when you face the wrong direction, you are not going to get your destination at all. According to what I said this morning, he said, the moment you face another place, you will not get your destination. Adachibasorin, Olingbopeolode. Stop this reform that you think you are doing. Do it the proper way. Even if you are not going to just reverse it. Tweak the data and use it to base quality decisions. Not this quack decision that we said it cannot be reversed, but it was pronounced. It was just only a pronunciation that stopped subsidies. They said subsidy is gone. It's just a pronunciation. So if a pronunciation can bring the reform, then the same thing can a pronunciation can also reverse it back. We should not just be deceiving ourselves. So, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I've been calling you. You picked my call about 2 or 3 times.
We were unable to hear you then, perhaps.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
People are just saying flaking naira. And I just flaking naira from our pocket. Just put something on the street of Lagos and be coming to talk. I say, what's flaking naira? This thing so that Nigerians should be happy. Look at our lights. Remove all these bandits we are putting. We don't want it. Give us like the way it's supposed to be. No, people will be having light in their house. You enter some houses, it's very dark. They will tell you they don't have units. As for my brother Shiri Makinde, when Fuad was just talking this morning, I said Shiri Makinde did not even look at himself. Look at yourself from here to physically to where that man for Wike is. What are you doing with Wike? I remember Fuad was always saying that what is Makinde doing with Wike during that G5 era? So you don't blend. In my mind, I was saying maybe because the wife is from River State. I've been married from Wike family. You don't mix with some people.
They're politicians.
When you get to
and
certain
they're
level,
in the same party, so.
Which kind party? You don't do that. Well, that man declared 48 billion naira cash. I saw his declaration when he came in as governor. 48 billion hard-earned money, not that it's stolen money from contracts. What are you doing with such man?
Thank you, madam.
That's coming to say, but you see now, you have not changed yourself. They say to fight with pig will pick you. That's it.
All right.
Yes, my name is Shola. I'm calling from Agada.
Welcome.
Thank you. See, where the budget is more than the GDP, keep borrowing. What is our GDP? What are we producing? And we are budgeting 50-something trillion reform. You remove subsidy. Those that were ripping Nigerians off, you never punish anyone. There's no one that has been prosecuted. There's nothing to show for it. The people are suffering. You say you are doing reform. See, the truth of the matter is that this government is in a world of its own. And until something drastic measure is taken that will make people that don't right. Is it this one that are thinking on your mandate we shall stand? Nigerians, we should better wake up. These people in government, the politicians are all the same. Thank you, sir.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Morning to you.
Good morning, Sage.
Yes, I'm with you. Morning.
Baba Ogorosho from Cotton.
Yes.
Baba Ogorosho from Cotton. The origin of Nigerian mess is Governor General Sir Frederick Lugard. If you media houses can join hands together to support Chiwore, to groom new faces, majority of Nigerians are willing to support you. Majority of Nigerians are willing to go out and get their publicity and vote all these miscreants.
All right. Have a great morning. Thank you so much. You're deviating from the focus of the day, but we get your point. Everyone should vote. Thank you. We have messages here. The president saying economic reform is irreversible. He should stop deceiving himself. There's nothing like economic reform. What has he done about fighting corruption? What is he doing about the over-bloated, unproductive cabinet? What has he done about his reckless spending? He's been traveling for almost 3 years without bringing anything foreign investor. $1 trillion economy indeed. We cannot be deceived. John Bernard Ohi from Ijanikin sent that one. Good morning, Sage and Mainland FM crew. It can be annoying listening to the kind of news we hear. The government is assuring the World Bank and what assurance of a better life has he assured and given to Nigerians? They've only given us an understanding that this man in Aso Rock and his cronies are doing the World Bank's bidding. The IMF policies are working in Nigeria. All this yes master is towards second term. God bless Grandma Maggie. Oh, God bless you all. Grandma Maggie from Oshodi. All right, thank you very much. Hold on. 09136000430. That's the WhatsApp number to call from. Let's see Facebook. Oh, okay. I already read that message on WhatsApp, by the way. The message on Facebook has been read on WhatsApp, so we can move on. We have any economic policy or reform that is not in the interest of the masses, is inflicting pain and making them more vulnerable to suffering. The economic policies of the Tinubu government are not people-friendly in any variation. No fuel subsidy, no electricity subsidy. The naira has lost considerable value with hellish implication. Let the government reverse this unpopular policies and concentrate on security prevention and the fighting of the monster that is corruption. Noah from Iran. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
So I think some callers have tried to answer the question. The issue is that there's no reform. Is it journalists that make all these things as if government is working on something? Reform is to fundamentally change the way we are doing something and teaching another way that make it more efficient and more effective. So if you are reforming, if you move towards something, are you building rail lines that people can casually enter the rail line and get to Maiduguri, get to Port Harcourt at a different level and they're no longer using road? That is what reform is. What are we doing in this country? We have nothing going on other than people making out as bandits individually. And we'll be arguing the reform that we are doing. It's as if it's even a sanity. Which reform are you doing? Are there fundamental things that are being changed from the way the life is led in the past? No. It's the same life, but because I've gone up. So the person that tells you when a president says my reform, I'll say to you, stick to what? If you just get what if this is a plain economy, demand and supply, there's nothing else. So let's not be humoring people. Let people go back to school and understand certain things before we go.
Conversation, since you're an accountant, so it would be easy to have a conversation with you. You know, these policies by the IMF is not just particular to Nigeria. These are policies that they give to regions, for example the West African region and all, and there's some countries that have also implemented it and it did work for them. Other African countries, Ghana, Tanzania, Egypt, I believe, I can't remember the other ones. So is it the policy in itself that's the problem really, or it is the way we implement it? Because this policies work for other countries.
Let me first answer you directly. I used to even consult for the World Bank, so sometimes the point is that IMF policies are just saying, follow the normal laws of economy.
Right.
Yes, and normally anybody who has done primary school economics, that is all you need. But let me answer you directly. The problem with Nigeria is that when they are saying economic theory, when they tell you demand and supply, they also give you the assumption that you have to hold constant. That means that the people have to behave in a certain way. Let me give you an example. I can't come to my family and tell my wife and children we all need to be prudent because things are getting difficult. I announce it to them. In the night, I take a lot of food and go and be enjoying with my friends. That's what the government of Nigeria does.
Right.
Yes. So that if you're saying something, you have to stick by it. Where does Nigeria practice merit? You need to increase productivity. Increasing productivity is that you make the cost of doing business to reduce. Government are chasing people along the road. Who has removed them? Can you go from west to east? Who stops them? Nobody.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Thank you. That I do love to engage, people who seem knowledgeable and station based as well. And they did well. They came out of it even better. But as this last caller has said, whilst you're doing all of that, devaluing your naira and harmonizing your foreign exchange, you also have to in a way increase productivity. What are you doing? There's some countries who even operate closed economy for that period of time. You must eat what you farm. You must wear what manufacturers produce their own currency in their own country, eating food that they grew, producing there and purchasing from each other, and it worked for them. So I think it's implementation that's the issue, not necessarily the policies. But let's hear what you think. Hello.
In addition, those country leaders even change the currency, the name of their currency, the name of their communicating language, their lingua franca, to their native language. We have examples of China. We have examples of India. Are you with me? Are you with me? Where was India and China before? In the 60s. Where was Indonesia in the 60s? Where was Malaysia in the 60s? Nigeria was better more than them. It was this IMF that told Babangida to devalue our naira that is survived by the law and the Pansali. I was around then. Then what happened? So these reforms are just majorly for this Western world because we lack disciplinary commitment to make sure that the reform was just like the last caller said. If the other way you are spending for economy, the other way around like fundamental corruption, how would the reform work? Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate you. I don't know about it just working in the West. Tanzania is not in the West. It's an African country. Egypt is an African country, right? Ghana is an African country, right? But yes, I agree with you to some extent, or at least I agree with your premise. 09136000410 is the number to call. WhatsApp 09136000430. Let's have a conversation. The policies are irreversible. We're in this tunnel and we're going to see it through. The goal is a $1 trillion economy. We're going to focus on agriculture. That is what the president is on, and that's what he's telling the World Bank at this time. And so we're asking, what do you think about that? A reversal, is it possible? And even if it were possible, would you think that it would be more injurious to the economy? Should we just see it through? We're already at the center of it. Start to see the effect of these policies, at least on a micro level. It will take at least 10 to 15 years, and we're barely 3 years into that 10 to 15 years. What do you think, knowing, or what are your thoughts having that information as well, that the World Bank is saying it would take another 10 years for you to start to really feel the impact of this policy? So maybe we should see this through. The tunnel, we will get to that light in 15 years, and it might be worth it, or it might not. We really don't know the Okay, good morning. This is Chooks from Badagry. In as much as I disagree almost absolutely with Tinubunomics, I think this is a road less traveled. It's the humongous monies given to governors and wastages in the system. Reverse it and put the money into critical sector has done. Is it the one that is traveling up and down? He has damaged everything. Let him put that energy into human capital development, job creation, stable power supply. Engineer Bonnie from Ali Mosho. Good morning, Mainland FM. I strongly disagree with President's insistence on continuing these economic reforms despite the suffering of Nigerians. Reforms are meant to improve lives and not crush them. Today, inflation is soaring, living cost is unbearable, small businesses collapsing, and corruption growing instead of declining. The major issue is poor coordination between the fiscal and the monetary policies. Citizens are burdened with subsidy removal, higher taxes, and rising government charges, while at the same time, high interest rates have shut them out of access to credit. Nigerians are being squeezed from both sides with little relief or accountability. If these reforms were truly working, people would feel the impact in their daily lives. Leadership requires listening, reviewing policies, and making necessary adjustment. Ignoring public hardship is not reform, it is insensitivity. Ifayi from Igondo sent that message via WhatsApp. Funshaw says, good morning, mainland crew. They call it reform, but I see it as a mistake in governance. First, just looking at the volume of money in foreign reserve without juxtaposing it with debt owed by the same government is a myopic way of viewing things. If the effect of the reserve made from subsidy removal cannot be felt after 3 years in the standard of living of people, then the tunnel has no light at all. Okay, let's see what's happening on Facebook. On Matoitim, Michael says, hello, Mainland FM. Okay. Hello, Mainland FM. I am one of the people that will continue to criticize this administration, especially on their economic reform, which, to be sincere, has not been of any benefit to the masses. Any reform that cannot provide quality education, good roads and healthcare, and also ensure stable power supply is nothing to write home about. The reform cannot make food affordable for the citizen. It's bad. There's nothing bad in putting up a constructive criticism against the government in the area that he has not performed. At the same time, it's necessary to applaud the government in the area that the government has done well. I can tell you that since this administration came on board, which no doubt has not performed well in many areas, but I can tell you authoritatively that President Tinubu has performed well in Nigeria's stock market, which has been on a lifesaver machine. I was almost dead before he assumed office. As at today, the stock market has recorded a sustainable, tremendous success and will like to use this medium to advise Nigerians to take advantage and invest in the Nigeria stock market, because virtually all the stocks are good to trade in. No amount is too small to spend. That vagabonds in the party are the ones destroying the party. Is he indirectly saying that he was once a vagabond too? Or he has forgotten he betrayed his party in 2023 presidential election? He should know that whatever you sow, you shall reap, and what goes around comes around. From Ijagamok number to call. You can also send a direct text message to that number 0913-6000-410. If you'd like to call via WhatsApp or send a message via WhatsApp, the number is 0913-6000-430. For those of you outside the country, you can take advantage of WhatsApp as well and send a message. Policies we're going to see through. The World Bank says for you to even start to feel the impact of these policies, you're going to have to wait wait some 10 to 15 years? Are we willing to go through this for another 10 to 15 years if we're certain that this will yield positive results? Secondly, we're talking about the PDP crisis. Seyi Makinde and Wike at each other's neck, with Wike deciding to abolish committees within the party, as well as postpone the convention from March 28 to March 29 and 30. Seyi Makinde says you have no such authority to do so, and it's just a lot of chaos going on in that party. What are your thoughts? Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, most of from Ikeja.
All right.
Yeah, UK on PDP destruction. The PDP himself has been there, but I think he's talking now maybe as a repentant person. The person that has won the contract of some PDP is UK, and he's just going to have his own say time. There's a law called diminishing law of reform, law of the. That is for them. And the president is always talking about reform. I just feel very annoyed. This is very annoying. Each time we take mention of reform, what do we call reform? What exactly do we call reform? It's reform, making people to suffer, making the economy to keep going down, and creating more poverty. I mean, increasing the number of more people in the country. If you know what is going on, what to do? Is that why economic reform? It isn't what they are doing. Intelligence. We are not still. So there is no reform anywhere. So there is nothing to reverse. There is no reversing anything because in the first place, there is no reform in the first place. So that is my position. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Your call has been placed.
All right. 091360000410. That's the number to dial. Let's see what you say to this. We have good morning, Sage. I don't care about Nigeria, but I care about the reform of you taking water after the program. Dave from Festac. Hello, Mainland FM. I'm one of the people, I read this on Facebook already. Good morning, Mainland FM crew. On Seyi Makinde.
My name is Dele.
We can barely hear you, please.
My name is Dele calling from Solo this one.
Yes.
On the issue of reform, if the government has to say to the citizens, it is very easy for us to enjoy what maybe what bank give to us and an advice. But they are not sincere to us. Everything they are doing is just propaganda. Okay, now they are talking of inflation. When Tinubu came into the I don't know Buhari issue, they tell us that we should our naira should be like we should deflate our naira, but that year our government devalue our naira. Our government busy importing Toyota car instead of using Nigeria made own. Maybe are busy enjoying, but they put the citizens over poverty. That we cannot even sustain two square men in a day because we are poor in this nation. Thank you.
Hello. Please call back. Good morning to the crew members in the house. On Seyi Makinde's position and recent remark on Wike and his group, Makinde is right. Wike has done his worst, and what awaits him is karma. That made him what he is today. Today, his only assignment has been supporting the president through the judiciary and is to destroy the PDP, but God is watching. This president has been insulting our collective intelligence with economic reforms that do not exist, except raising taxes and inflicting pain and hardship on the citizen, removing subsidy from everything for the comfort of a few and for the detriment of the majority. Is that what you call a reform? World Bank and the IMF are partners in all of this, but the APC should wait for their electoral doom. We're coming. Victor Aloigboke from Ikeja. We have good morning, Sage. We just need to get it together. Vote APC out with evidence of their make videos of activities in various polling units. I got my body cam already. Fellow Nigerians, please, I'm begging you. Olamide from Ikontu sent that message. Good morning, Sage, Oga Fawad and Mainland FM. On the so-called economic reform of this government, the man that spoke a while ago, the chartered accountant, has spoken my mind. There's nothing reform in what we're doing. They're just taking advantage of helpless Nigerians. Which of this so-called reform is benefiting Nigerians? I think the only solution is to show them the way out come 2027. May God help us. Prince Samuel Ofuboisi Oji from Ajegunle, Apapa, Lagos. All right, thank you for your message. Let's see, Facebook. Okay, just good morning. Well, good morning to you too. Thank you for texting. Hello.
Yeah, hello, sis. Good morning. My name is Gordon. I'm calling from Jᴏɪṛ this morning.
Yeah.
But the federal government policy, see, let me describe Nigeria like this. APC is a failure. Tinubu is a 50-meter cake. And we have just used Nigeria to take Nigeria into a 50-meter cake. For us about 15 minutes.
What? Why? Please call back. I didn't hear you. You said APC is eternal and what? They've taken Nigeria what? I didn't hear that part. Please, if you can call back, I would appreciate. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Okanbelina, those reforms. Yeah, I'm seeing the reforms. So the reforms are very, very visible. You go to the street, you see hungry people that cannot feed themselves. You see the naira that has been rendered almost useless. Is that not reform? I think the reform, the thing to say is whether the intent behind those reforms were they intended to address the immediate needs of the masses or to address the needs of the elite, all overflowing. Look at their lifestyle. The people implementing these reforms, what is their lifestyle? Are they living like people who are making reform? Or they are living like a princess, Arabian princes and princesses? Those are the things. Those reforms were not meant, they were meant to see that our political elite continue to enjoy themselves at our own detriment. That's what I will tell you. And that's where they are going. 15 years to come, nothing. We will continue to be like this.
FM, I'm Aki from Igondo. For me, they are reforming their own pocket and their own status. All right. Thank you, Aki. I still want somebody to talk to me about what would the process of reversal look like? What image comes to your mind, the process of reversal? Because it's very clear, and there's no economics that would tell you that he should reverse it by declaration, or that a declaration will be able to reveal. Is it, again, this is a question, right? I'm making statements, but I'm asking a question. Is it possible for the president to reverse subsidy removal? How are they going to go about it? Are we going to have to increase our budget for the year 2026? How long would the subsidy be paid for? The unification of our foreign exchange has happened. How do we disband it? How do we go about disbanding it? That cannot happen by declaration, unfortunately. Or so I need us to also talk to us about how you think a reversal, or what a reversal is going to look like. Because the only two people that have spoken about it say that he should just declare the same way he declared at the start. But I don't think economics will agree that's possible. Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Good morning to you.
You open this phone at about 8:30. And you receive about 30 almost 40 calls.
You didn't tell me your name, sir. I don't know who I'm speaking with.
My name is Freddy.
All right.
All I'm saying is, among those people that have spoken with you concerning your topic this morning, how many of them supported this reform? That is how to know what the country is going through. The government will say, it is the madman's opinion that differs. Look at those people that called you this morning. 80%, 90% of them are against the policy. So what are they saying? I don't know what about that. Say good morning, Gary.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, Faith. Good morning. So the way you are going to and you face Badagry, you will end up in Calabar. You should be able to find something to grab and come out. So this one now, we have ended up in a dish. So we are just looking for something to help us out. That is why we see that even if a cockroach be the candidate of that is just, thank you very much.
All right, we appreciate you for your insight. 09136000410 0913600 or attempted to answer the question that I had posed. Right, can you give me more like an explanation or an insight into how you believe the reversal would work? How would it work? What would be the implementation of a reversal? How would it work? That's what I would like to hear. Hello.
Hello, so good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Lucky. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
So, the problem is that if I don't want to reverse this way they do, not this government. Why I wanted to listen today, but somebody called. He was saying that 80% of people that call this morning did not vote for the government.
Did not
so
support the policy. That's what he said.
The problem. Okay, if you know that the policy is good, that's why we are calling the radio. Make sure the policy that is good, the reform that is benefiting the people, not to attack people. If somebody says the reform is not good, you know that is good. Mention one or two. That's why we call on this radio. We don't know ourselves. We just call. So if you, that is why you call. Make it not because the radio is biased. That's why they make people very for you to contribute your own. According to this my brother of Mavuluku, the reform is working. The hunger is everywhere. No light everywhere. So these are the reform. Because I can remember 20 what wanted to contest then. They said something. We should ask them the change, is it positive or negative? Because change is change. Whether even reform is reform. Is the reform, is it positive or negative? They should come and tell us. Thank you very much. God bless.
He should make a statement the same way he made a statement about subsidy is gone. Okay. Good evening. Okay, good evening, Sage and Fuad. Under Tinubu's government, everything is skyrocketing every day, apart from the cost of living, which is unbearable. The cost of medication, treatment in the hospital is terrible. What is really working in this country? There's no light, no good road, no security. There's so much prodigality and looting in the system. Everybody should go and get their PVC and push for the implementation of the electoral reform, and that is the one that is before the National Assembly. Tinubu is not doing well. Chris from Magboro. Okay, thank you very much. Somebody says that the way he said subsidy is gone is the same way he should just take a microphone and say, oh, subsidy is back. That's why I'm saying let's talk about the procedure. Where would the money for the subsidy payment then come from? We already have a 2026 appropriation, right? 58 trillion thereabout, and a little change on it. So where would that come from? That the payment of the subsidy would not be like the reason they decided to remove it in the first place, because the reason was, well, there's some people who are taking advantage of this and they're just enriching themselves. So subsidy is paid again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do we have refineries, for example, that can make PMS so we don't have to import and put pressure on forex or put pressure on our own currency? Are we sustainable enough for local production? Is our refineries working? These are the things that I'm talking about. Aside from a declaration, there has to be a working plan. There has to be a plan for that declaration to become like an action plan. So what would that be like? If he says, well, subsidy is back, don't you have questions about how the implementation is going to be like? And that's what I'm saying, like the curiosity. What do you think that's going to be like? I wish somebody would be able to like talk about it, but it's okay. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning to you.
This is Joe. I'm calling from Ilokujo.
Welcome.
Well, let me just quickly answer your question. How would the money come from if we were to reverse the subsidy? And the same way they got the money to acquire the yacht, the same way they got the money to renovate the vice president's building, the same way they still got the money to do the expenses they have been doing. Now the same way the money will come.
Basically,
and the matter of fact,
basically, they're not borrowing money.
And so they keep doing it. The truth of the matter is, the reforms are actually, subsidies not actually a passing, because the idea was to actually make money for the country and make things easy for the people. You know, you're telling me you're giving governors billions and billions. What are they doing with it? Even the federal level, what are you doing with it? So that's the meaning that the policies are not actually good. But the problem is, the result of the policies, how they do with it, they put every single drop of what they earn back into the country. That is how it should work. God bless Nigeria. Somebody said it's corruption. The genesis and the revelation of all this problem is just corruption. That's just it. Corruption. God bless Nigeria. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your insight. Let's see. Facebook, we have Babalola Williams who says, good morning, Sage Fuad. On President Tinubu's statement, he shows that he's taking Nigerians for granted. How can only one Babalola Williams from Magodo there on Facebook? We have, good morning, Sage. I don't understand what the World Bank is up to by telling us that nonsense that the reform would yield the desired result in 10 years. Is it the way America or the Western world is running? The politicians are amassing wealth and squandering our resources on trivial issues, carrying women in private jets, lavishing money frivolously while ordinary Nigerians are struggling and suffering. The World Bank should tell us why there's no uninterrupted power supply in the country, why national grid does not collapse, why the national grid collapses at will and nothing concrete has been done to alleviate the unbearable situation of our country. I'm highly disappointed in Tinubu's administration. Is this how Tinubu will perform? He that criticized every job of themselves. Is it until Nigerians die of hunger, starvation that this reform will have effect on Nigerians? Why are ordinary Nigerians suffering and the politicians are smiling to the bank with huge amounts of money in their accounts? Wenga from Ejigbo. So here's one interesting thing, right? All of the opposition leaders, none of them have said anything about reversing this policy, if you've listened to them properly. In fact, they have alluded to the fact that subsidy removal was necessary, but the implementation is what they would have done differently. So rather than increasing FAC allocation to the governors, for example, the one refinery at least, since revamping of the old refineries is like an effort in futility, honestly. It's like draining the Mississippi with a straw. Absolute waste of time. So let's just build another one. Or, well, the monies that we get from this subsidy, we're going to ensure that each state has at least 5 health center, and we'll continue like that in tranches like that. None of them have said that the removal of fuel subsidies is bad. I think even Peter Obi himself had said that, well, we can understand why fuel subsidy had to go. However, is what you're doing with the revenue from this removal that has become something of the problem. So do you believe strongly that is a reversal that is necessary, or optimizing the monies that you get from this subsidy and using it for capital projects rather than increasing allocation to governors? I think that's a conversation, or that's an angle that we can very easily explore. I'm open to taking a few more messages because we're almost out of time, and maybe one phone call as we begin to round off this conversation. We have another message here. We focus on Dangote refinery pending the time they're able to build Nigeria's refinery and ban importation on fuel. To me, I believe the money they use for subsidy are the ones that are sent to the governors now, and they're embezzling it. Okay. Now, you didn't tell me your name. Tell me your name, please. All right. We have 6 leader like Peter Obi's in Aso Rock or Kangwelina. All right. Thank you for your message. Let's see. Okay, we don't have any new messages. Well, I think that we can start to round off the conversation to the fact that opposition politics in Nigeria has suffered a terrible blow. The internal crisis has taken away their ability to really perform, or has diminished their viability. And I understand. A lot of you seem just uninterested in what the PDP is doing. So should we rely on the ADC perhaps, or what other parties are there, honestly? Or I don't even know. I'll read this message and then we'll call it a wrap. The administration cannot optimize the subsidy money. Let them reverse it. Emmanuel from Ikorodu with exclamation mark. Thank you so much for your contributions. I appreciate you on this. Hopefully we have experts who would tell us more about reversal, or I would at least look out for commentary from experts who will talk to us about reversal, what the consequences might be if a reversal, as I said before, might actually cause more problems for us, or we should just focus on making sure that we enjoy the benefits of this a little bit, always a little bit convenient. And this, I know, the spreadsheets successes that have been recorded, the stock exchange is good and all that. I don't think the woman in the market really cares about the stock exchange. I don't think she cares, but okay. I'll just read this last message. The claim that reforms are non-existent and merely an excuse to loot reflects widespread frustration among citizens. Opposition leaders supported the reform on the understanding that savings from subsidy removal will be channeled into tangible improvement like better infrastructure, social welfare, healthcare, education, job creation, etc. Unfortunately, and deepening hardship. The disconnect between policy promises and lived reality fuels distrust and gives the impression that the reform lacks transparency and accountability. For reforms to be credible, the government must clearly show how solution, but as mainland focus for this morning. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to take a break so we can have a global perspective. You should listen to what's going on outside the country at 10. There's more coming your way, actually. I'll be back at 12 noon for the bulletin at noon. At 1 p.m. there is midweek politics with Okwemi Akyode and Fuad Said. At 4 p.m. there is situation room. I will be doing the situation room with Olaleko as we're talking about the call by some section of Murig for the removal of the INEC chairman because they believe there's some sort of he's incapable rather of conducting a free and fair election because he believes that there's Christian genocide in Nigeria. We'll unpack all of that for you at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. today, and then there's shenanigans at 8 p.m. and there's sports cruise at 6 p.m. So please listen to all these programs. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy.